Hi everyone, welcome to another episode. We are doing episode 2. I am very, very glad of. I think
She
we
forgot the name. She
do
forgot the
this
name.
again.
Preeti, the podcast name is 10 रुपए की Pepsi, हमारा शाहरुख sexy. Go ahead.
Can we do this again? We'll
No,
do
we
like
What?
can't.
No, we're
this.
not doing this again.
This
This
is
is
too
going
funny.
on.
Yeah.
This is too funny. It should be all included.
तुमने पूरा ऐसे लिखा है अपने इंट्रोडक्शन के लिए और तुम पॉडकास्ट का नाम भूल गई.
I think I just got 10 रुपए की Pepsi, 2 रुपए की Pepsi. I think 10 रुपए की
10
Pepsi,
रुपए की
हमारा
Pepsi है.
शाहरुख sexy. Yes, I got this right, guys. So we are three friends. Me who forgot the name of the podcast, Preeti, there's Diggy, Digvijay Trigatia, there's Diksha. We are three college friends who now work in corporate, but really love Shah Rukh Khan. So we are doing a year of watching his movies and talking about it. And we do rounds picking up movie today. It's my turn, and I have picked Josh to give a small summary. Of course, I would need help because I completely am blanking out after making so many notes on it.
It's okay.
But yes, the plot of the movie revolves around these two, like, how do I say, Lafunder gangs of Goa, which are fighting um due to real estate. Like there is Goa. What's the Vasco? Vasco is the
Vasco. Areas
yeah,
Vasco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, areas Vasco, and they are basically they have their territories marked. They are fighting cutely, sometime aggressively, but yeah, they can't be friends with each other. They don't cross each other's lanes. Um, One is Shah Rukh Khan's gang, which is Max, and then another is Prakash. Shah Rukh Khan has a twin sister, Aishwarya Rai, beautiful twin sister to have. uh, but yeah, as the plot would go, there is another brother who is played by Chandrachur, as we
Chandrachur.
will lovely being we are going to call him. Oh my God, I'm really blanking. Chandru, because
Chandru.
Chandrachur is like a little bit of a tongue twister
Yeah,
for me.
and we don't want to call him Rahul.
Call him Rahul. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's
definitely no
reserved.
Rahul.
That's his character's name.
Yes. So there is Chandru who comes wearing Mohabbatein suit to the city which he was born into but never lived in for reasons we don't know. And he comes and he's enamored by Aishwarya. Who wouldn't? I have a girl crush on her. And then he stalks her, they fall in love. There's a bet involved, but basically there is more drama that this causes. And there is an undertone of a big secret, which is foreshadowed in the first few dialogues of the movie. And then, yeah, then like basically that's the plot of the movie. And more of it, I guess, then we can discuss in the next segment. Why I picked the movie is
Yeah, I was
because,
about to ask that. Yeah.
yes, why I picked this movie is because we did our first podcast with his debut in Bollywood. And as a please tell me lyrics to guess person, I'm like, I want to do a movie in which Shah Rukh Khan is singing a song, and he has sung Apun Mola, Tumeri Lala.
Cinderella. Yeah. Right.
So yes, that's the
Anti-consent
reason.
song, as Diksha calls it.
Dude, it's
Yes. So, yeah.
yeah, that song, I think I don't know, I think when I reheard it in college or something, I was listening to the lyrics and I was like, this is not okay. I'm very sad that this is Shah Rukh Khan's music debut because kya lyrics hai? Like,
Yeah, I never listened to the lyrics. Is when I read some BuzzFeed article a few years back of how Bollywood music is so regressive. Like, oh shit, शाहरुख का गाना है इसमें तो.
But
Yeah.
like I do think like I have some opinions on it that we can come on later. But first of all, how did you guys like the movie? Diggy, tell.
ओ यार मैं तो बहुत बार देखी है. लाइक मेरे लिए ज्यादा कुछ ऐसे फ्रेश नहीं था. लाइक आई हैव सीन दिस मूवी मल्टीपल टाइम्स. वो आते रहती थी सेट मैक्स और जी सिनेमा. आई डोंट नो. इट्स नॉट लाइक दीवाना व्हिच आई सॉ वंस एंड देन सो फॉरगॉट अबाउट इट. जोश तो आई हैव सीन मल्टीपल टाइम्स एंड एकदम फॉर लाइक अ किड and like for a guy, for a boy entering puberty around that time, SRK being all macho and his chain and this cool look, So it's very aspirational for me कि यार ये सही है यार, बाइक में घूमूंगा, जैकेट
गलत
पहनूंगा, which by the
गलत
way is like a
aspirations.
bit of a which it used to be a aspiration of mine as a very young kid. Like when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, I don't know. I had an imaginary girlfriend called Fruity, and I would say कि मैं उसको बाइक पे घुमाऊंगा मम्मी,
Feel
उसको मैं
like
लेदर मैं उसको लेदर जैकेट पहन के I will go around. So
very
I've always
Sonpari
been.
coded,
Yeah,
by
that's
the way.
I was in love with Fruity before Sonpari was even around. ठीक है तो but anyway,
Okay.
that whole thing, like, it really sort of appealed to me, and I've just seen the movie multiple times. The songs uske I realized a lot of them sort of forgot कि ये song इस movie में था.
हाँ
Overall
वो
तो it's like very few complaints I think from the movie, and मैं वैसे ही कम objective हूँ, but I think you would agree this is genuinely a good movie, and well acted and everything. I think pretty sorted. I enjoyed it. Had a wonderful time.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. मैंने बचपन में देखी हुई है, but I didn't remember much of the film. Like I just remembered there's a lot of action and खून खराबा and all that. So I was very surprised that when the movie started, I was like, is this a comedy movie? Like there was just very funny
Yeah.
things happening, and like especially the way they depict the gang war. I think I said this multiple times, but there was so much sexual tension between the two gang leaders. Like at any point of time, I'm like either they're about to punch each other or they're about to start making out because they
Yeah,
were
for
like.
context, she's talking about the Sailaru song and the picturization.
No, but even
That one.
Yeah,
otherwise,
and
like there were even dialogues, when he's like, "Oh, uncle ko chhod," and he's like, "Acha, tere ko aake pakdu kya?" And I'm like, "What is this shit?" But yeah, like
Yeah,
anyway,
very,
yeah.
very
in
funny movie.
general.
I thought it would be like very action drama heavy because I remembered like vaguely the plot ki matlab Aishwarya Rai is the sister and
But
she's
then
falling in
towards
love
the
with
end,
the
all of that
opposite gang.
happens. Yeah,
Ha, but
yeah,
most of the
yeah.
movie was very funny. Like even that scene where she takes
Funny.
the
Yeah.
basket of rats and leaves it in the bakery. I did not remember that at all, and I was just like, that was it was very creepy because like you feel the rats in that shop.
It's all over.
You also
Yeah.
feel the CGI rat, by the way. It is
Oh
Oh, there's
God,
one CGI
beautifully
rat
done.
on the table.
that was.
थोड़ा blue color का होता है, वो केक में से निकल रहा होता है.
Also,
Yeah,
guys,
super
now
weird.
with that, we are talking about the
But how did you
animal,
like
which
it,
is
Preeti? Like, how did you like it? You didn't say.
I too really enjoyed it. Like I
Uh,
wasn't, I think I didn't go in with an expectation of liking it. Because as a kid when I watched it, what Khoon Kharaba, as Diksha said, it was not really something.
but there was not as
Um,
much खून खराबा in the movie.
Yeah,
At the
हाँ,
last
but
में
like when
exactly.
you're
थोड़ा
a kid, your definition of that is also
हाँ,
different,
when a
right? Like
kid
you see a
हाँ,
little bit of
true,
blood and you're
correct.
like, oh my God, this is not for children.
हाँ, lots of fighting and also yeah.
Yeah. For
Cool. As a
me, I
guy, of
think
course,
that's
that was very appealing, but I can
uh,
understand.
as a child, I was like, Aishwarya Rai is wearing very good clothes, and I would stand by it in 2024. I
Yeah.
would totally wear the outfit that she had throughout the movie. But yeah,
Yeah.
I really loved it. I loved the sexual tension between the guys. Um, yes, I think Shah Rukh Khan can romance, like, if he decides to make a movie where he just romances objects, even if this sounds very wrong, I think I would be into it.
No, but I
Well, he
So,
think
can be pretty psychotic about it. Like he would be so obsessed with this one bottle of Coke. Like he would like depict that obsession very well. I don't know
yeah,
about the
but
yeah.
romance though.
to that point, I feel like that character Roseanne's only role in that movie was to be some kind of object for Shah Rukh Khan to romance because she didn't have any
Yeah.
meaningful dialogues. She didn't have anything else to do in the film. She was just there so that like that one song can come, and like yeah, so that there's
And
like a
she
little
adds
bit of.
nothing to the story. She
Yeah,
adds nothing to the
absolutely
story now.
nothing. She's not related
Yeah.
to any of what's happening. Like she's just one. I
There.
think that storyline also ends within like the first half an hour or 1 hour or something, where once he convinces her to go on a date with him, then after that they just take light on showing her for the rest of the
Yeah.
film.
What nowadays
No,
Gen
but
Z calls flower pot roles. That was the original flower pot
yeah.
role. Yeah.
But I wouldn't say her like genuinely a flower pot because there is this whole, even if her character does not have any arc, sadly, her boyfriend, love interest, Parsi boy,
Savio.
uh, Savio has
Yeah,
That's
lot
he
like
was
like
there
the
for comic relief.
yeah,
effeminate hinting at that he's kind of gay wala character.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I think that's like that was interesting कि चलो उसकी वजह से बहुत सारे jokes तो आ रहे थे.
हाँ बट वो कॉमिक
Uh,
रिलीफ था ना, मतलब उसने कुछ ऐड
Yeah.
थोड़ा
हाँ
करा कि स्टोरी आगे बढ़ रही है, लाइक इट
Yeah, it was just
जस्ट
हाँ
to
ये
fill
भी
up
है.
time because like it's a what 2.5
yeah, so
hour long
every
movie. So
all side characters had something to add a little bit to progress the story. ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि he started dating her and Shah Rukh had a change of heart about things also, तो वैसा का वैसा ही था.
I thought the
Yeah, I
plot
don't
was
think this was his love story. This was
yeah,
not
I
his
also
love
don't think
story.
it was a love story, but it's like interestingly, it is inspired by like Romeo Juliet, which inspired the West Side Story, and then this was like an adaptation of that, which was
Yeah,
1950s
West Side
music.
Story, which was a musical.
Yeah, and
Even
I
1950s.
actually
Is that way back?
yeah, the musical is from the 1950s. It was adapted into a film in 1961 and then again in 2021. So I watched the 2021 one also today.
Spielberg
And that
movie.
is like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a love story out and out. Like, yeah, the gang violence and all is just in the background. Like, and it's very Romeo and Juliet coded. Like this movie was not that for me. Like, yeah, I mean, some of the plot
Yeah,
elements were
because
there, but
true.
it was
Yeah,
more, I felt
because if
They
like,
you
called him Romeo. They called him Romeo. They called Chandru Romeo, guys.
yeah,
There is Romeo Juliet.
yeah, but they don't
but
die,
and
Where
right?
also I think if you
It's
have
not a
Shah Rukh
tragic
in
ending.
a movie, right? If you have a Shah Rukh in a
Exactly.
movie, the
Yeah.
central romance cannot be someone else's, and
Well, this,
especially it cannot be Chandrachur Singh's romance, which
but
had
I think
zero chemistry with Aishwarya
yeah,
Rai.
yeah,
Zero.
yeah.
zero chemistry, but it was
Given the
still the
most,
central romance. The Shah Rukh Khan ka romance was not the centerpiece of
हाँ
this
नहीं
film. Like
मतलब
हाँ,
role-wise maybe, but the romance
हाँ
was
in the
very side
space
plot.
of romances in the movie, it was the central romance, but the movie was, I think, more about Shah Rukh and Sharad Kapoor's character,
Yeah,
Prakash, their infighting and how
their
the
bromance.
romance plays a role. Huh.
bromance.
Yeah.
Their
Bromance.
bromance.
Their
Uh,
bromance.
but I
बिल्कुल.
would say something that with Chandru's character called Rahul, sadly, he had such a stunning, like, romantic interest. They had
Yeah,
zero chemistry. Like, I love their plot. It's believable that they would fall in love this way. There is rebellion, there is dar, there is all of, she's also playing hard to get and all those things. अपने भाई से पिटवाएगी,
and
all
she very
those games
slowly
are
falls
also
for
being
him.
played. हाँ,
Yeah.
because
मतलब
he's talkative.
it's written well. I think the arc of
हाँ,
them falling in love is written very well. लगता है ठीक
yeah.
है ऐसे ही होता होगा, but
But
it's
there is no chemistry. And on the
हाँ.
other hand, this woman who has no part to play as Rosie, in
Hmm.
one song where they're dancing that whole nakab, what is it called? Mask night.
Masquerade. Yeah,
Uh, Masquerades, yeah. So in that, like, I don't know, he doesn't even, there is something about the way he looks at
looks at
her,
women.
the
Yeah,
dance, yeah, the gaze, like, it's just something,
To
this
be
expression,
fair,
and
Shah
with
Rukh would
his.
do that to your earlier point with anybody,
Yeah,
irrespective of.
so that's what my thing is. Ki
the
even though
Preeti
the
Singh ki
romance was
Chandrachur
centrally
had
for
none of that.
her,
Like Chandru had
yeah,
zero
It's
of
also
that.
unfair to compare Chandrachur Singh to Shah Rukh's level of romance. ठीक है यार, his probably strength isn't romantic chemistry, but हाँ मतलब it felt okay. It felt believable, but the chemistry wasn't there between the actors for sure.
and I found Chandru very annoying. Honestly, I tried to like him a lot, but he was very holier than thou and very. I will be the master chef here, but not really.
हाँ,
With
trying to do all the cutesy things to sort of get her over,
But he was still
which worked.
controlling. Like in spite of all that, like he was not like he's fine. He's doing things that makes him look like a good guy, but he's not really like he's also still a product of the same patriarchal system. And like still ki if I keep following around Aishwarya Rai, then eventually she will fall in love with me. And of course, that's what
Which
happens in the
was the
film.
idea of romances and relationships
Yeah,
at that time also, कि थोड़ा agency कम ही रहता था मतलब. It's the guy only
मतलब
progressing the story ahead, not the woman.
same with Shah Rukh Khan, right? Shah Rukh Khan is the twin brother,
Yeah. वो
and
तो
he
कुछ
is
ज्यादा ही मतलब.
controlling, very
but
controlling, and
his character is very openly that, right? Like it's not hidden
हाँ.
behind some kind of a
he's
curtain
not being a
key.
nice guy.
He's not,
Yeah.
there's no pretentiousness about him. He's like not the good guy in this film. Like he's gang leader. He's like,
And he acknowledges in the end also कि I am a shitty person, and which is
Hmm.
everyone what keeps asking from Animal कि ये बोल दे यार तू at least. But he acknowledges that I've not been a good person. I've done really bad things, but I do not commit a murder. But
Yeah.
and even when he's
And
apologizing to Chandru,
Yeah.
Even then he sort of
Yeah.
tells her, okay, take my sister.
Adding to this, yeah, I felt like when there are two occasions when there is this fight happening between Prakash and Max. And what I felt was both the time when Shah Rukh was alone, like he was like, there is an undercurrent that he is not confident till the time his gang is there. Because he was like, I don't want to like unnecessarily fight, is what I felt. Maybe
No,
my
no.
perception
I
of
think you're
that scene.
projecting.
No, no, no.
Uh,
I think you're projecting your
could
love
be.
for Shah Rukh Khan onto this character.
No,
Yeah,
but
he
okay.
exuded so much of confidence यार. I mean, obviously उनके इलाके में जाके जब 10 लोग हैं तब तो ना लड़ेगा उनसे.
Confidence
There
is
was
one thing.
some
He exuded
hesitancy
testosterone.
was
Like all the men in this
Testosterone.
film are just like, so pumped कि मेरे को जाके मारपीट करने का है.
Here is one thing I would like to point out. ये जो like two sort of things. One is the background music, right? Which is in like Shah Rukh जब भी लड़ाई मोड में आता है, he sort of
Yeah,
takes a turn and you see him wearing his
it's
white
too
vest
good.
and that bandana and shit. Like I'm like भाई यही इसी ऐसी म्यूजिक पे सबकी एंट्री होनी चाहिए. Like मेरी लाइफ में कभी
चालक
एंट्री
होते
करा
हैं.
दो इस पे. Second, if you I don't know if you guys had watched Indian Idol season 1. If you were
We
watching
did.
Indian
I
Idol
did,
at
yeah.
that, I don't know if Diksha has watched. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
I've
sure
seen
Preeti has
the
watched it.
Abhijit Sawant
हाँ
and
तो
Amit Sana wala season.
yeah,
था
Abhijit
दूसरा.
Sawant and Amit Sana. So the finale that happened between them, उसमें they had a sort of a song off on this song, Silaru Silare. And I was so
Yes.
pumped. मतलब खुश हो गया देख के कि कितना अच्छा मैनली चीजें कर रहे हैं गाते गाते. I was like, yeah, also.
Very, I don't know how to take that, but yes,
I was a
good.
kid, like I was a boy. So all of these things really appealed to me. कि हाँ हाँ, gang wang ये सब लड़ाई वड़ाई करेंगे, all
I
that
think
jazz.
this is why sports were invented. But
To expand that energy and not pick up a chain and start beating up people.
yeah.
और do चुटकी 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 till the time you think ओम जय जगदीश आएगा कुछ उदय वाला या फिर I don't know आंखें
Yeah.
खुली और बंद आएगा या फिर they will just hit each other. I was like so sure कि अभी ओम जय जगदीश आएगा, but something about the gang and the whole like Shah Rukh being cool in that, I don't know. No, anyway, I will go back to one thing that I was saying before.
Yeah, sorry.
Was
Yeah.
around the last episode, last scene when he like the fight happens and then he shoots the guy. And I just like the face that Shah Rukh made when he shoots him.
I mean, I think
Yeah, I
that
think
is, you really see Shah Rukh sort of,
Yes.
when people say he can't act, like, screw you. Look at that.
Yeah.
no, but
It
I
is
think
like
it's also ki like I felt at least ki throughout the movie they're trying to say ki, you know what, these guys are like always ki they want to be at each other's throats, they want to beat each other up. But I think in that moment he actually realized what it means to take a life, which is obviously
Yeah.
I mean it was the first time he's done something like that, and like that shock probably, which he depicted really well. Like as in I don't think he's innocent and all that, but I don't think he ever intended to kill someone. Like I think he always, you know, he just wanted to show ki matlab mera tere se bada hai, but like not to the extent कि वो जाके उसको मार दे.
Yeah.
But my parents are listening to this,
Yeah.
guys.
So yeah, I mean, I think he says that multiple times. मैं इसको मार दूंगा, मैं उसको मार दूंगा. अगर शेरली को जिसको भी his sister date कर रहा है, मैं उसको मार दूंगा. But he says that he wants to kill people or kill the Bichu gang a lot. But
पर इससे
actually
actual
taking a
में
life
नहीं.
really scares the shit out of him. कि यार ये क्या कर दिया है मतलब.
But he did almost kill Chandru
हाँ.
in that one scene where he's like choking him.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that seemed like a very I don't know, that was a very scary scene, but yeah.
I mean, throughout he's been very violent and hitting like even when he's fighting Prakash and all of that. True.
But I
in
think
that scene, I
उस
think he
time पे भी
almost
अगर वो
does
Chandru
want to
मर गया
kill
होता
him.
ना तो he would have reacted in the same way, because I don't think
I mean, he
in
would
that
have
moment he would not have
Yeah.
realized that like I'm taking someone's life.
Yeah, I think intentionally it is they show that Aishwarya Rai was the one who comes and stops him, so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he finally crosses that barrier on his own of killing people and then realizes the impact of it, and which really sort of changes his view about all this violence and gangs and all of that.
Guys, for me, I think like
He seems, yeah.
this was a through and through Aishwarya Rai film, honestly. Like, as in, Shah Rukh Khan was great, but dude, Aishwarya Rai was amazing. Like, she's so charismatic, she's so stylish. She's the only character I was rooting for. I'll be very honest, because I didn't like any of the other characters. Like, I love Shah Rukh Khan, but the character was a very grayish person that I'm not going to, like, root for. Aishwarya Rai was the only person that
True.
I was like, yeah, she deserves all the good things in life.
Oh, and at the same time, I felt that they were not enough to showcase her character. Like I was enamored by her throughout the movie because of style, beauty, and also like some bits of what she was trying to portray.
Mm.
And at the same time, I thought there were more scope for her somewhere.
I don't
Having
know
said
about that. I felt like she's very gutsy, first of all. She's very like, she cares a lot about her brother. She's very kind. Like, as in, honestly, I felt like if at the end of the movie you can say 5 things about a character that don't revolve around a male character, then that's a good, well-written female character, like relatively. Which I did think so about
But
Aishwarya Rai. Like,
but I don't know. I mean, her character still does revolve a lot around first being
yeah,
Shah
yeah.
Rukh's sister, Maxi, Maxi, Maxi. She keeps on saying throughout, and then
Rahul,
revolves
Rahul,
around
Rahul.
being Rahul's love interest. So to that
there
point,
is
yes, but
Shiva.
Shiva. That is true. But I felt like, and maybe I'm forgetting the different Aishwarya Rai movies that I've watched. There was a lot of range in the expressions and emotions and
Emotions,
the
yeah.
scenes that, yeah, she was coy, like she was charming, she was mischievous, and then she was angry also, sad also. And all of them was very expressive. Like it wasn't like a demure sort of a person. Like even though she
Also,
is living under her brother's shadow, like
hmm,
her personality was pretty explosive.
yeah.
Right, I guess. And Diksha, to the point where we were talking about Shah Rukh's grey character, I I have like I think there was consequences to that. Like that's what I would like to appreciate about the movie is that they show these are bad guys, like, and they are doing shit. They've gone through something. There is a childhood trauma, all of those things going on. Um, Bab Shady, so like, but then he gave all the
Bap Shady?
property. Like the father left her,
The
no? Like
Vasco
seeing the
guy.
mother and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
was the
He made her
Oh,
Vasco
मैं
marry
guy.
someone
बाप
else.
शेडी था. बाप शेडी था.
हाँ
अच्छा.
हाँ
मैं like बाप शेडी क्या होता है?
no,
Okay.
Bab shady tha. Like
Yeah.
there is context to it, and at the same time, I felt that there were consequences. They did try to talk about that. Like he becomes a different person, यार वो बंडाना चला जाता है उसका
But
उसके सारे.
हाँ.
that was all of 5 minutes in a 2.5 hour film. So yeah, that reform happens, but it's a very, I don't know, it's just happening
True.
so that the story wraps up with like a nice bow and like everyone lives happily ever
Yeah.
after.
But there is always an external character having a commentary on why all of this is wrong. It's the police officer,
Yeah,
it's the father,
Hmm.
right? It's here Prakash's mother who says to गुंडागर्दी करता है, and then it's Chandru constantly telling you what you're doing is wrong. Like all of this is wrong,
yeah, that's
right?
true.
And Aishwarya doesn't say it because she's part of the whole thing. She only sort of puts up a fight when Chandru's life sort of comes in danger. So there is a constant commentary going on कि हाँ ठीक है यार, gang war is fine. They're having a very cool background music, really cool background
And they
music,
also made it
but
seem
they're
like it's just
fighting.
happening in jest. Like at no
Yeah.
point in time until that like last fight scene maybe, or maybe वो interval वाला
Yeah,
fight scene जो था जिसमें chain पकड़ लेता है.
हाँ,
Until then it really seemed like this is just some मतलब नकली का gang war. They're just like pretending to
true,
fight
true.
and
It never gets extremely serious.
yeah.
Yeah,
ऊपर
true,
से
true.
शाहरुख खान की चोटें बहुत जल्दी ठीक हो जाते हैं बिकॉज ही इज द किंग गॉड.
King
उसको
Khan.
चोटें नहीं लगती है.
Yeah.
उसको
और
ठीक हो
चंद्रू को
जाती है
बहुत
जल्दी से
अजीब से
so,
bruising होता है. His makeup was very funny.
ठीक ही नहीं होता.
yeah, it was extremely funny. Okay, I have a question for you guys before we get into some of the other things. There were a bunch of animals in the movie. I hope none of them were harmed, but can you name them?
Oh,
And
the
like,
snake.
what did you feel
The
like?
snake. Oh my God, that was such a creepy scene.
Snake, cockroach, rat, a cat.
Scorpions.
Cat was Maggie. Cat was Maggie. Her name was Maggie.
Yeah.
I remember these four. बाकी तो पता नहीं और थे क्या.
Eagles and scorpions.
Yeah, Eagles
Eagles
and
and Scorpions.
Scorpions.
Yeah.
I think those only. And I think for me the rat scene was my favorite scene of the movie.
It
How
was
is that
too
your
funny.
favorite scene? It's gross. Like it's funny, but it's
It made
gross.
me scream. Like I was
There are
screaming
rats
for
all over the cafe eating cake.
yeah, but it was,
No,
but
no,
it's also
not a
funny
fan.
because of the expressions that these guys were making while they were outside, looking when these guys, the rats would
Again,
fall.
everything being in jest, even like serious things.
Yeah,
Again, to the point Diksha was making, कि सब कुछ थोड़ा सा कॉमेडी कॉमेडी लग रहा था.
But it's actually like
yeah,
a
and
सीरियस प्रेमिस, मतलब वो कि लैंड हड़प के इमिग्रेंट्स को दे देते थे, या फिर मतलब उस तरह का कुछ तो था. आई डोंट
हाँ,
थिंक
real
दे
estate
एक्सप्लेन्ड इट वेल
problems and
इनफ, बट या दैट
हाँ,
द
maybe they didn't
रियल
want to
एस्टेट
get into
एजेंट
it.
was just called Bihari real estate. That was very
Bihari.
funny.
Bihari real estate. Yeah, I mean, I was planning to read more into it, just didn't get the time. It's probably would make for some interesting read. Yeah, exactly चल क्या रहा था उस time पे. And I mean, they're obviously depicting some sort of a communal tension as well as could be some tension between the locals as well as people who sort of
या ऑल्सो गोवा
descendants of the
कितना
Like
साफ
regional
Portuguese.
था
local.
यार. गोवा के बीचेस इतने
Yeah,
सुंदर साफ, मतलब there's no none of the crowd and gandagi that you see there
it's
today.
23
It's
years
like,
ago. 23,
yeah.
23 years ago. Yeah, I mean, true. I probably like now if you go to like South Goa and some more secluded places, you will see the similar things.
Yeah,
North Goa जाके तो तुम्हें party ही मिलेगा सिर्फ. But I think yeah, they've shot Goa really nice. जितना
that's true.
दिखा from a
Mm.
from an
हाँ, बाकी
outside
काफी
view.
तो वैसे उन्होंने काफी कुछ तो फिल्म सिटी टाइप सी लग रहा था, but there are some songs in which there is a lot of Goa. I think that's how
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
कितना
I thought.
प्यारा
I
है
mean,
ये. I'm listening to the lyrics and I was like, this sounds like it's written by Anu Malik. The
two
word
two
pyar
songs are
appears
copied.
5 times in one line. I mean, it's a really nice song. Like, I really like the song, but like the lyrics, yeah.
And
But
it's a
I'm pretty sure it's
banger
copied also.
album.
Like the tune is copied.
हाँ, वो भेजा था ना.
Yeah, two songs are completely अनु मलिक यार उस ओरिजिनल गाना कभी निकालेगा किसी मूवी में. सारे तो कोई नहीं होंगे, दो तीन ही होंगे एट मैक्स, वरना तो कॉपी होगा ही होगा. He was the OG Pritam, just the
Yeah.
worst
Yeah.
version. Yeah,
But
true.
I am a huge fan of the album, so I love the album very much. Now
Yeah,
I
yeah, it's
think,
very. Go ahead.
yeah, wanted to ask the favorite SRK simping moments of the
Oh wait,
movie.
I have one story around this. So did you also see this happen in your schools when this movie came out and sometime after this? But Tisha was like 5, so I don't think she would have seen this.
I was
But like,
also in
when,
school in America, so no, I
oh
did
shit,
not
yeah,
see
no.
anything happen.
But like people got sort of enamored with the Eagle Gang sort of thing. कि मतलब हम लोग का ऐसे लोग ग्रुप का नाम Eagle Gang है. To the extent के well, obviously people would sort of emulate some of the fashion that they had, chain and bandana and all of that. But I remember this one classmate of mine, he wrote a story of dogs. And our English teacher had told us कि you write a story on dogs and something. And I wrote an original story जो मैं बहुत खुश था. I thought कि मेरे को prize मिलेगा. It was supposed to be a class prize. And he wrote a story who just copied Josh's की story. कि बिच्छू, one is an eagle gang, one is a scorpion gang, and they are dog fighting and they have territories. And he won the prize. And I was so pissed. I wanted to tell on him कि मैम इसने मूवी से चुराया है, but she
मैम को समझ में नहीं आया,
couldn't.
मैम ने नहीं देखी थी.
नहीं देखी होगी यार. I was so pissed at that. ये क्या है ये? True. But
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
So what
okay, I just want to give that
Preeti
one
was
anecdote.
coming at, what Preeti was coming at. So someone gave us this idea that like since we're doing a SRK simping podcast, we should have an ending segment that like just captures your favorite SRK simp moment of the movie. And this is an interesting movie to start with because, like I said, very great characters. But yeah,
Yeah.
Digi, you want to go first?
So I think for me it was, and I still sort of enamored by his character overall. So when he enters to fight Prakash, so there are two scenes. One is when Prakash is haggling that real estate guy, and then sort of that background music plays, and Shah Rukh says, "Chhod de usko." Then Prakash says, "Tere ko pakdu kya?" But he's when he's walking towards him, and that feels so badass. I really like that. And then finally when he's being chased by Prakash, and then he turns around and tells him, "Look, I'm in Eagle Gang territory now, and I'm going to beat you up." So, yeah, sorry guys, my SRK Singh moments are very influenced by how I felt when I first watched the movie. But should go ahead, Preeti. What was yours?
For me, I think the couple of them, most of it around the wittiness that Shah Rukh has in his whole comic timing. I would really like to believe he improvised a bunch of these. Like he had like some like mean comebacks all the time, and they really land. So I
तेरी माँ
think
को जाके पूछ, something like that he said, no?
हाँ like तेरा तेरे को बताया नहीं तेरे तेरे बाप का तेरे को तेरी माँ ने नहीं बताया, something like that they says, no? So and
Uh,
couple of times it happens throughout the movie. So one is that. Second is when he is absolutely angry. Like I think
uh,
Shah Rukh Khan losing his shit is scary for me.
is very
And
scary, but it's very
he does,
impressive also.
yeah, and he does some eyebrows. I don't know. Of course I'm obsessed with his expressions. This should be studied in somewhere how he makes expression. I think there could be just a focus camera on his face and the movie can go on because he just makes it believable. So I think that angry SRK, then the scared SRK when he's taken alive. So I think these were my like very favorite. I think
SRK
expressions
moments.
really, yeah,
Yeah.
and
No, fair, yeah,
wittiness.
fair. He does them very well.
Yeah.
True. Disha, what was yours?
So honestly, I spent more time simping over Aishwarya Rai in this film because dude, she's just so gorgeous and like she's just, I don't know, I just loved her. But I didn't really pay that much attention to Shah Rukh Khan enough to simp for him. Plus because also like he had a very great character, right?
Come
But
on, that is
if I have
almost
to pick,
blasphemy here.
no, but
Yeah.
okay, so when I say simp for Shah Rukh Khan, it's not like, yeah, of course he's doing a really good job. He's a great performer. It's a great character, and he's doing it really good justice. But I didn't feel like I was simping for Shah Rukh Khan at
The
any
character.
point in the movie.
Yeah.
But if I have to pick,
Yeah.
then there's those like very small moments where he's showing some kind of vulnerability and emotion, right? Like the scene where he finds out the truth about his
No.
like dad, and like, you know, there's like a song going on, there's a carnival going on, and Shah Rukh Khan is just in this tunnel and he's like crying and like, you know, trying to control his emotions. Like I felt like it was the first time in the film that they showed that kind of vulnerability on him. And then
Yeah.
it's the same thing, that the scene that Preeti mentioned, right? Like just minutes after he shoots this guy and he realizes what he's done. That I think those moments like that, you can see in his eyes that he's feeling, he's going through it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Shah Rukh has a very good, like very uncanny ability to act with his eyes, and
Yeah.
it comes out here. It comes out really well in Dawn. So when we get to it, we'll talk about it. Like his eyes are acting. That's insane.
Also, just a
Yeah,
special
and
mention to the when the court case is going on and he's wearing that gray sweatshirt, and like he's very Aman Mathur coded, like, you know, you
Aman
feel like, oh,
Mathur.
we have gone from Josh to suddenly we are in Kalhona because of the hairstyle and the getup and everything. Yeah, just that was also
And just like a small confession, I've gotten to know what X sort of coded means through the journey of this movie. I had no idea what you guys were talking about.
Oh my
ये
God.
coded क्या होता है?
God.
What is coded? I only googled a little on the side. कि क्या यार ये? What are they saying?
bubblegum coded, yeah,
हाँ, bubblegum
boomer
coded.
coded.
ये कैसी भाषा है? Yeah.
Before we
Okay.
end on this, I would just like to like a trivia, but I don't know if you all noticed, but to be the twin brother sister, they have the same eyes that they're wearing lenses, and we
Yeah,
are
Oh.
told,
yeah, Shah
yeah,
Rukh
yeah,
wore lenses for this.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
Shah Rukh wore
True,
lenses,
true.
and to show it, and really, if you miss it, na, I felt like you couldn't have missed it, but they made sure there was a cat with extreme blue eyes, and these two twins are then having
Oh
that
shit,
birthday
I
moment or
didn't realize.
something.
No, I didn't
Yeah, I
Yes,
didn't
realize.
see that either.
Good
that's
catch.
the only reason I saw the cat there. Otherwise, I would have missed her.
Good
Yeah, I
catch.
was wondering why
I
she's
had no
talking about the
idea.
animals. Like, just I thought it was just for the rat scene and the snake scene. Like,
Yeah,
True.
so that,
dude,
yeah,
that snake
very
scene was
very.
so unnecessary. Like, I can't stop thinking about Ashara just like caressing the snake. Like, it was.
इसमें
True.
मेरा teddy
So,
bear है मैं
you
so
guys want to rate the movie? And if you so rate out of 5, and given how
Diksha,
remember how you rated Divana.
I'd say 3.5. It was very entertaining. Like I mean, there were a lot of like problematic elements, but I was entertained throughout. So yeah, 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say 3.5. Like I would as much as go into giving it a 4, but yeah, there is so much more I want to go 4 too, so I'm like 3.5. But the
Okay.
music was 5 and 5. Like I
Yeah.
like I love the music and the
Music was
BGM was
undoubtedly 5/5. Too good.
yeah.
Too good. Yeah.
So
And
5
yeah,
and 5.
Music. I'll give 4/5 -1 for the lyrics. Okay, sorry guys.
for the lyrics. No, very fair, very fair. Yeah, I think I would give it like again. So I want to give it 4, but or even 4.5. But I know there are so much better like other
Eh,
movies which I definitely want to 5 or 4.5 to. So I'll give it 3.75. Yeah, like I really want to give it 4, but
we are
just
doing
like
that
I think
tick
there's
tick
a
1, tick tick 1.25, tick tick 3. Like this
yeah.
is where we've come now. But yeah, amazing.
No, we are we are precise by nature.
Nice. I'm
Cool.
glad
So
that this made it to episode 2 and hopefully makes it to like episode 50 because this is so much fun. Like I look forward to
yeah,
this all week long.
this
So
is going to episode 50 for sure, dude. Like for sure. So yeah, anyways, I think I'll summarize. Next week we'll come out with another podcast. I will be selecting the movie from 2010 generation. There's not a lot of movies to choose from, and we have a side bet going on. So Preeti and Disha will be sort of picking one movie each, and they
oh,
have a 50 rupees bet.
Diggy and I did that for
Yeah,
Preeti's movie, by
we
the way,
chose
and we
6
picked 3
movies.
movies each, and we did not get it. Neither of us got it right.
Any
Like,
of the yeah,
the
but
funny thing
2000s were like a crazy SRK time.
I wanted to pick
Yeah.
Josh for my 2000s pick. Now I have to find another film.
There are too
Yeah.
many 2000
Like
movies that you can pick
2000s
from,
are
Yeah.
guys.
full
It's like
with
a
SRK movies. इतनी movies हैं अच्छी उसकी.
Okay.
But yeah, I think
एंडिंग सेगमेंट के बाद भी
that's
10
it.
मिनट बात कर लिया by the way. So
It's okay. Yeah, like I think 50 minutes ago, Disha was like, maybe we're running out of things to say. Should we wrap up? And we're here running out of time now. Cool. All right, guys. I think that's a good way to end the podcast. We'll come up with a new podcast next weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Let's see what happens. And Preeti and
yes.
Disha can sort of decide which movie they want to guess at.
And we will get the name right next time.
we probably
I
won't.
will get the name right.
We can always
It's
hope.
easy to. All right. Bye bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.